Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Legacy United Doom and Destruction collection. This is Prime Universe Breakdown. So we're going to compare him with the other uses of the mould. We're going to bring in some other Prime Universe figures which we've got dotted around. And of course, we'll see how he looks and compares to some other mainline and indeed third-party figures. So as I start to pop all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if I'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. Right, I've already pre-transformed him and I've already got him into his alternate mode, and I hate to be negative, but I've got to be honest, as I am with pretty much all of my reviews. Now, I wasn't aware about this until somebody commented about there was maybe QC issues with him. I'm going to show you the problems that I've got. But before we go any further, I would just want to show you and appreciate the beautiful box art. Windsweeper's already in his own video, but I'll bring him in later for a bit of a comparison, or I suppose display. Beautiful artwork there. That's obviously going to be the Doom and Destruction collection logo. There he is on the side, and indeed the transformation process you've probably seen. I have uploaded, but again, you've probably already seen that there's just loads of problems with it, which is unfortunate really, because the bulkhead is a fantastic mold. Right, so I've got the tarp off intentionally, and what's going on, and in fact, if I show you underneath, right, what should happen is these fuel tankers should fit into this little cutout here, as well as a tab on the underside there fitting into the leg. Now, these just don't hold together, whether or not the plastic's a tiny bit warped, whether or not it's just overuse of the mold, which I don't know. I mean, I've heard of it happening, but you can see if as soon as I get one in, like on that side, this side now goes in and then this pops out. I've tried my absolute best with everything to get it to sit in. It just doesn't. Whether, as I say, it reminds me of the problems that I had with Tonkator, and I think that's just, to be honest, far too many uses of the same mold. But this is only, like, you know, the third, but this is, I'm being honest, this is the problems that I'm having. If I get that to straighten up completely, everything else just pops out. But it's the only negative thing about it, to be honest. I know that some people wanted a completely different mold. They didn't want the bulkhead mold, so I appreciate that as well. But as I said, I need to be honest, and indeed I need to show you that. So the accessories, again, we've seen all these are just slightly different colors. So if we wanted to, as I'm sure you're aware or can remember, we can indeed store these in the back via all of these ports, but I'm not going to do that because it's pretty much not letting me either, which is a big pain in the bum. But I'm going to put the tarp on just so you can see. I like the fact that we've got the Decepticon logo on. I like the fact that we've still got the windscreen wipers. I know a lot of people aren't fans of translucent windows. I think they're okay when they're like that, when they're a bit greyed out. If I attach this here like so, and then bring this over like so, it looks a lot better. So even though there is all the problems going on underneath, you can get away with it. And this is my get out of jail with pretty much loads of figures that I've reviewed. If it's not detrimental when it's in the full display, it's not too bad. It's still not fully, you see, connected underneath, but you can't tell. So again, there's no other phrase I can use apart from the fact of they've got away with it. You can also attach the hammer. I was going to call it an axe, but it's not. And of course the blaster as well. You've got 5mm ports. As soon as you touch that, though, that's perhaps not the best idea because it just popped that out there as well. Oops, yeah, and that's not going to go. As soon as you start messing around pressing onto some of these, it tends to, you see, I didn't clip it in. That was intentionally before, because as soon as you try and clip it in, it sometimes moves it. But anyway, alternate mode's not too bad. To give you an idea, I suppose, of size, it is Voyager. There's a deluxe barrage from the other set that you're going to see in a video very soon. There is your Voyager Optimus Prime, so that's your Earthrise. To be honest, the colour of this, that's only because he's just in shot there. I'm going to do a robot comparison with him because it's very much the same blue. So I'll bring that back in a bit. Very quickly, just because they're hanging around. I know people like to see these for size comparisons. I've got your other Voyager Starscream. That's a big Voyager. You forget how big this particular figure is, to be honest, until you hold it out in front of you like that. And then just one more quick one. This again is a big deluxe. That is drag strip. So to be honest, there's not much more to say about this particular mode that he's in, although that it doesn't really hold together. But you saw that all the wheels are on individual pins. Let's try and pop this in again just so you can see. And again, on the transformation process, I've tried to give as many tips as I can as to how you can, I suppose, combat this happening. But again, I wanted to show you, I wanted to be super honest, and you can see that it's just not working. So I want you guys to let me know again if you've already got this, and if you're having it or experiencing the same problems. It was something that I wasn't aware of at all until yeah, somebody commented when I put a picture of the box up. I've just realized you could also, if you wanted to really armor this up, you could use, I don't know whether to call them target masters or not, because obviously Windsweeper didn't have target masters, but you could use his accessories and indeed power up completely. There you go. That looks pretty good. But anyway, enough said about this mode. Let's have a look at the robot mode, and that's exactly how I'm going to be displaying him. Okay, then back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and this is again how I'm going to be displaying him, because for all the little frailties and the problems that I've had in the alternate mode, I haven't encountered or experienced any with this at all, in honesty, and it does look really good. Again, the color scheme on this guy is just working well for me anyway. I think it looks great, and the addition of the, you know, the purple part to the blaster, I think as well looks even better. Now I did just want to quickly say that unfortunately I do not have the original figure, so I can't be doing a comparison with that, unfortunately. I'm just seeing that there's a little hole there on the side, there's a little tab here, so you can attach this if you wanted to via there, and this can be like an over the shoulder cannon now as well. You've obviously also got his mallet, his hammer, whatever you want to call it, because it's a few different things. You can still attach the mace as you could with the other two figures, which funnily enough I'm going to bring in right now just to give you an idea, I suppose, of what they've done. So that was the last use of the mold, which I've got zero issues with at all. It's just a bit strange, as I say. Maybe if it was the side swipe mold or the Megatron mold especially, you'd understand. But with this, these are, I say these are, you know, there's still 3 uses of the mold. What, in 3 years? Got to be Legacy 1 was 3 years ago. And again, I like it. I think I prefer the translucent blue windows there. They seem to be exactly the same. Obviously, this is the camo deco from the Wreckers pack. But there you go. That is all 3 of the molds. You can, of course, completely mix and match them with the different accessories. So because I've got that on there, I'm going to change this around. What that I've not got, or what I'm going to show you you can do, but what I haven't used for display, and that's just down to space, in all honesty. If I had a bit more space, then I probably would do something like use the tarp as a shield, because to be honest, you can. It does show that in the instructions as well. There's even a separate handle there for you to do so you can bring this down if you wanted to. You could pop that into his hand, or I think it might be better, let's be honest, if we pop it. Will it go better this way? I was going to say on the forearm. So maybe if I fold that down and then attach that in there, just about sort of misses it. You can wrap it around. You can still as well, also if you wanted to, of course, attach something like his blaster, if you wanted, into this 5mm port. And again, there's still all the 5mm ports on the sides of the legs, the forearms, etc. So you again can take Windsweeper's weapons, accessory partners, etc., and start to do all that. I need to show you the articulation, and of course I need to show you the beautiful new head sculpt. I think the head sculpt looks great, to be honest. Really, really good. That's, I think, the only difference between this and the bulkheads. They've just changed the head. Everything else seems to be exactly the same. It will go near enough all the way around. It just gets restricted by the back. It will also look up and down, which is great. You'll get full T with the arms. They will go all the way around. If I want to be mega pedantic, maybe these could just hold in that teeny bit tighter. You've got a swivel underneath the shoulder, a bicep flexion, you've got a wrist swivel, you've got a waist swivel. You haven't got an ab crunch, unfortunately, but your legs will kick all the way up in all the directions. So you can get splits to the front and indeed, oops, to the side. So highly posable. Again, it is a Voyager class price point. You've got a swivel at the top of the hip, you've got a knee bend, and you've got a load of movement in the ankle, the heel, the toes, etc. So you can fully pose it way better than what I can, to be honest. Right, let's bring in, funnily enough, is he going to stand up for me? So that is the Diaclone original Blue Optimus Prime, or Powered Convoy as he was properly called, but I thought if I didn't call him that, you might not know who I meant. So there he is with the missing link. There we go. Right, let's get some current figures just to again give you an idea, I suppose, of some size. So there is Bumblebee Concept Sunstreaker, the new Gamer Sideswipe. These are both deluxe and obviously towering completely. Oh, So what I mean about posing, can't even get him to stand up, towering completely above them. What else have we got? Let's bring Windsweeper in, because obviously that's his box mate. There you go, he looks good with that. Good old Earthrise Prime, but the Netflix version. Again, just to give you an idea of sizes. Finally, last couple, another Voyager class figure. There's your Tetrajet. Let's bring in a core. I'm sad to say, obviously, at the time of making this video, it looks like they weren't going to be making any more core class figures. Just for the people who collect third party, here's a bit of an idea of the size of these. And very quickly, an Iron Factory. But overall, again, I like it. It's just a shame that the mould for me, and that I'm not saying it's all of them, but the mould for me, as you can see, it's a bit of a pain in the bum when in the alternate mode. In this, it's no problem whatsoever. It poses with everything that I've pulled out, as I say, to give him to hold on to. One quick thing, because I near enough forgot already, is just to bring in, I've got Skyquake, but I haven't brought Skyquake over because he won't fit in with this particular picture. So we've got Knockout there. Let's bring in normal bulkhead. In fact, he's not priced. There we go, that's that one. Let's bring in RC, like so. Maybe I could have fit him in at the side, but I didn't think I'd be able to. Anyway, there you go. That is some of the Prime Universe figures, and this is one half of the Doom and Destruction box set with Prime Breakdown and Windsweeper. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I know a lot of people, as I said, weren't happy with the mold before the QC issues, but I'd like to know from you, if you didn't want them to use this mold, which one did you want them to use? As always, guys, really appreciate all the comments and the support. Thanks very much. Take care.